Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Trev back again here bringing another video. So this time we'll be doing a video talking about the new Avengers trailer for the Avengers movie coming out in 2012 summer. So if you're looking for the trailer, I'll put a link in the description. You can just drop it down there and click on that, and then come on back after if you want to discuss it with us and kind of hear my thoughts on the trailer and the movie itself. So obviously, we've had a lot of Marvel movies the last couple of years, all leading up to this. We've had Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America, and Thor. Out of all those movies, I looked at some polls, and most people's favorite was Cap. Me personally, I think probably Iron Man 1 was probably my favorite, or The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk I thought was really, really good and well done too. I like Captain America a little bit, but the problem I had with Captain America was the green screen. I mean, green screen's okay, and I don't have a problem with CG at all. It's just, I think that it should be something that shouldn't be used too much. They shouldn't go overboard with the CG. They shouldn't go overboard, obviously, for some things, like an Avengers movie with Iron Man and the Hulk and stuff like that. You need to have CG for a lot of stuff. But I just feel like the environments and things like that they should try to keep them as real as possible. They should try not to use much CG. They should film it first with using as much real, physical elements as they can, and then afterwards put the CG in for certain little parts. I don't want to see a green screen for the whole, like environment and stuff, because it just looks too fake. It looks like a video game to me, and I just don't want to see that. I felt like when it comes to comic book movies, of course, the next movie coming out next year that's going to be huge is going to be Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. That movie is going to be humongous as well, and of course, these two movies, The Avengers and Batman: The Dark Knight Rises, will be vying for which one will end up being pretty much the best movie of the summer. That or comic book movie of the summer. And the big thing I think that was good about The Dark Knight, and why most people see it as the best comic book movie ever, which I agree, I think it is. The Dark Knight is the best comic book movie ever. It didn't use a lot of CG. Most of the effects were real. You can put in a little bit of CG, but just the way I think of it is just be careful. Don't use it too much. And one thing about this movie is it looks like they might be using too much CG, and that's really going to tick me off. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that CG will be a problem here? Like they'll be just using it too much, and it'll just look too cartoony or too childish? Kind of like Captain America did a little bit. I felt like Captain America was like that too, quite a bit. Or do you think it'll be okay? Do you think that they'll, put in just enough? Anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about the actors in the movie. So, of course, you got Robert Downey Jr. Coming back as Tony Stark, Iron Man again, which is awesome. I mean, he's perfect. He plays the role perfect. He pretty much is Tony Stark. He's as good of a Tony Stark as Christopher Reeve was Superman. He's just perfect for the role, just perfect. So, of course, in the trailer, you get to hear some witty banter from him back and forth with Captain America and with the Hulk, and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. Excited to see him. He's perfect. I have no problems with him. Chris Evans as Cap. He's not bad. I think he's decent. At first, I didn't like him as Cap because I thought he was too small, and I still feel that way. I feel like he's too small. Even with the suit and stuff, he just to me, Cap should be bigger. He should be not as big as Thor, but he should still be a good size, and he should have blonde hair. And Chris Evans, for some reason, it looks a little bit lighter in this one. And I know it's kind of a silly complaint, but it's kind of the same thing as if you had Superman in a movie and Superman had blonde hair. Would that make sense? It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, as an actor, he does pretty good, I think. I don't have too many problems with him. I think he's average for this role. I don't think he's perfect for it like Robert Downey is. He's just okay for it. So no complaints there, really. Scarlett Johansson's going to be playing Black Widow. That will be good. She's a perfect choice for that. Just as good as Robert Downey Jr. is for Iron Man. Not too much more to say about that character. I'm sure she'll do a good job, just like she did in Iron Man 2, and that will be fine. Thor, of course, Chris Hemsworth's going to be Thor again, and he's perfect for Thor. I mean, he looks pretty much just like him, like a real-life version of him. He's big. He fits the role. He's perfect. He's just like Robert Downey. He's perfect for Thor. Here's where I have the problem. Okay, they didn't bring back Edward Norton to play the Hulk. They've got, let me check this guy's name, Mark Ruffalo to play the Hulk. So, or play Bruce Banner anyway. Not the Hulk, but Bruce Banner. I don't understand why they did that. I really don't. Edward Norton says basically he had some problems with negotiations, but it sounds like they didn't even really ask him. Like they didn't really, realistic. Like they didn't give him a realistic offer for what to, for the Hulk for him to come back. And I felt like Edward Norton did a fantastic job as Bruce Banner. He did a really, really good job. So why would you not want to bring him back? I just don't understand that. So Mark Ruffalo, nothing against him, but Edward Norton should be coming back to play the Hulk. There's no question about that. He definitely should be been coming back. I don't know what Marvel's problem is, but definitely I think that was a big mistake on their part. Anyway, moving on from there, the villain, of course, will be Loki again, just like he was in Thor. At least he'll be the main villain. I hope he's not the only villain. I hope we get to see some other characters from the Marvel U. I hope the Red Skull makes an appearance maybe, or just some other characters, the Skrulls, or Skrull Invasion, or I don't know, just something, or maybe the Masters of Evil, any of those characters, Zemo, anybody. I just hope that Loki is not completely by himself. I think that if he is, that would kind of be, why would you assemble the whole... If it's just Loki, I would think that Thor would deal with it by himself. You don't need the Hulk and all the rest of the guys unless there's, something big happening. So I really hope the villains, that there's more villains than just Loki, and that they really, make it big. The trailer doesn't show anything about any other villain. It just shows Loki, that's it. So hopefully he's not alone, it's not just him. Hopefully we'll get to see some other guys. The end of Captain America did set it up to look like the Red Skull might be in there too, which would be good. Hopefully Hugo Weaving will be in there. There's really not much out there right now, stipulating on what else could be in there. I just hope it's not Loki by himself, because if that is the way it is, that's going to be weak. So yeah, so overall, I mean, the movie looks good. It looks like it'll be probably, either the best movie of the year for comic fans like myself, or second best maybe. Right now I'm leaning towards probably second best because of the amount of CG they're going to throw in, and because I'm just not sure about the villain. Like, if it's just Loki by himself, I'll be very disappointed in that. The problem with a movie like this, and when you take all these characters and put them in a movie, is that the expectations are really high. Like, everybody's going to be expecting this to be amazing. I really hope it's not a letdown. Even if it's an average movie, that'll be a letdown. It's got to be something really, really great. It's got to be an amazing story. It's got to have some awesome villains and, great actors and a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the trailer and about Avengers. Do you think it'll be as good as Batman, The Dark Knight Rises? Do you think it'll be the best movie of the year, best comic book movie of the year? Or do you think it'll probably be a letdown? I mean, it's possible. Like, based on all things I've said just now, let me know what you think about them and how you feel about, all this different stuff. All right, guys, that's it for now. Peace. Yeah.